how did you find out about it first? Like, what was the first thing that happened?
The truth is this. So I knew it was coming. I absolutely not knew it was coming because of how orchestrated it was. The only thing, and I'll state this at the beginning, the only reason I'm upset by being canceled is because I've expired one of my lives. Because first you get canceled, then they make up a reason to put you in jail. And if that fails, they kill you.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Andrew Tate being arrested on suspicion of human trafficking out there in Romania. Now, this story has a lot to it. There's a bunch of rumors floating around, a lot of video floating around, just a lot going on. But first things first, if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, I'll tell you. Now, he is a very popular person. I guess you would call him a kind of alpha male type influencer, male advice kind of guy. He is a rich guy, made his money from, I think, cam girls. If I'm wrong about anything I'm saying right now, y'all please correct me in the comments below. But he made his money from that. He's also a champion kickboxer, very interesting person. His father was like a chess master, might have been involved with the CIA, but that's a different story. I digress. He's biracial, black and white. He grew up first in the United States and then moved to UK. That's why when you hear him talk, his accent is kind of weird. It's like, okay, are you from Chicago, Illinois, or London, England? Which one? Well, both. So that's a general synopsis of Andrew Tate. And the reason why he's popular is because he's done some interviews that have gone viral, and he got canceled earlier this year because when these videos went viral, a lot of soccer moms got upset. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Greg Adams for this information right here. He put it in a very succinct way. The problem is a lot of what he was saying about women and this alpha male stuff and kind of crude type language, young boys caught up on. You're talking about kids in middle school, and you know how kids are, especially little boys. So when the kids started repeating Andrew Tate's talking points, soccer moms are getting mad. They're putting pressure on social media like, hey, y'all got to control this guy. My little Hunter, little Grayson is out of control, talking to girls, crazy at the soccer practice. We got to do something, okay? So that's why he got canceled first. All social media, I think he even got debanked. PayPal, everybody pretty much cut ties with him. But that didn't really work because he's appearing on everybody's podcast all over the internet. And it's like playing whack-a-mole. You can't really get rid of him. He's too popular, got too big, too quick. Some say he filled the void that Kevin Samuels left. I'm not really sure if that's correct. Maybe it is. But that's why Andrew Tate is very popular, and that's why this story is important. He had been arrested earlier in Romania for human trafficking, but I don't think anything came of it. He said it was like a swatting attack. And if you don't know what that is, swatting is when somebody calls the police on you and you didn't do anything wrong just to get you in trouble. Especially if you're live streaming. That's happened to me before. And before I go any further, let's roll some video here of what's going on. Here is the arrest video out there in Romania. And I thought this was old. I thought it was the video. I'll just speak over it. I thought it was a video from earlier in the year. But one thing that somebody pointed out to me was later on in this particular clip, you could see where they're talking about the legendary Pele, may he rest in peace, passing away. Okay, I don't know what this is, what language this is, so I couldn't really make that out. But since that news is up there, it lets me know that this is recent and not the old clip where you got arrested earlier in the year. So this is recent, and that is Andrew Tate right there being let out by the Romanian authorities. And his brother, Tristan Tate, also got arrested. As it says right there, Andrew Tate and brother Tristan arrested in Romania human trafficking probe. Okay, that's that. Now, there's I guess you would say, rumor. So Andrew Tate made a video speaking about Greta Thunberg and climate change and all that kind of stuff. He's puffing on a cigar, talking about, I'm emitting greenhouse gases. I got a bunch of cars and all this, that, and the third. And in the video, somebody brought on some pizza, and on the pizza box, you could see that it's a Romanian chain. So they're saying that's the reason why they knew he was in Romania. I'm not sure if that's true or false. I mean, the video did happen, and I think shortly after the video was released, he did get arrested. But I don't think the pizza box is really what took him off. I mean, I don't think he was really hiding in Romania. We all knew that he was living there, and he had been arrested before in Romania for the same thing. So I don't think that the pizza box did it. But you never know. Maybe they thought he was gone. I don't really know exactly what's going on. But if you're ordering pizza and you're smoking cigars in a Versace robe, I don't think you're really hiding from anybody. But I digress. And of course, I'll place all my videos in the box. That's the full video right there of him talking about Greta and the cigar and the pizza and everything else. Now, he predicted that all this would happen. As you saw in the beginning, he's like, hey, first they're going to try to cancel you. That didn't work. Now it's lock you up. And you might have to go ahead and get a car accident happen to you by accident if the first two options don't work. Let's go ahead and watch this. And if you want to, again, see any of these clips, link shall be in the description box below. Let's check it out.
Canceled at my level. There's only 4 or 5 of them. I think I'm the 5th. And yeah, I'm the last one who's managed to stay all over the social networks. But the problem is that comes with its own issues, right? Because when the Matrix cancels you, it goes in 3 stages. First, they try and shut you up. If that fails, they try and put you in jail for something you didn't do. And if that fails, they kill you, right? So slowly we're moving on to stage 2. They've attempted already to raise some bullshit. Like in the height of the cancellation, when they were lying about me all over the news, they were calling up reporters, whoever these reporters are, managed to find details of my ex-girlfriends, and we're calling up ex-girlfriends saying, do you have anything bad to say about Andrew Tate? We'll pay you £100,000 for a story, which is effectively a bribe, right? You're effectively bribing them £100,000 to say bad things about me, trying to raise, because their biggest problem with their cancellation is that I'm somehow dangerous to women, but there's not a single victim or a single woman who's come forward. In fact, every woman who's come forward is saying the opposite. There's a bunch of hot girls coming forward saying Tate's a nice guy. So they're like,
let's pause right there. Now, you may or may not believe what he's saying, but we have seen that happen right here in the USA. Remember my man Brett Kavanaugh? Remember Christine Blasey Ford talking about, oh, he was a drunk, crazy man taking advantage of me when he was 18 years old at a party, all this, that, and the third. And when she came out and said that, he had at least 65 women that he knew from high school come to his defense. They all came out. They were on camera. They wrote a letter, signed it. It was amazing. I never seen anything quite like that. If Brett Kavanaugh wasn't such a Boy Scout and just a super good guy, I'm talking about Winnie the Pooh, lovable, just a heart of gold. If he wasn't that good of a guy, that allegation could have just ruined his chances of becoming the next Supreme Court justice. But because he was so good, but because he was a Boy Scout, nothing happened. And the same thing could be going on here. Now, I'm not saying Andrew Tate is a Boy Scout. Please don't get them misunderstood. I'm just saying that he doesn't treat women in this horrible, vicious way that the people who are behind the scenes may want him to. But let's keep on going here.
Like, oh, shit, we need a victim here. So they were trying to buy victims, and that failed. Even my exes stuck by me, which actually surprised even me, because I think if you ask any man if they're to contact your last 20 exes, would they stick by you for $100,000? And most of the time it's no. So that failed. And now they're looking at new avenues. There's legal letters starting to come through for a bunch of garbage. So now they're going to try and get me in trouble with the law for things I haven't done because I failed to be. It happened in Canada. You know this very well. They couldn't get the truckers to go home. So all of a sudden they're all getting in legal trouble, right? All of a sudden they're getting tax audited and this craziness and that craziness. It's what they do. They weaponize the law against you.
You know what? This is 100% correct. We saw that, like you said, in the whole thing with Canada and the truckers. But that happened to me before. This is before I was doing YouTube or anything. And I don't want to get too deep into the details. I didn't do anything wrong. But when I was out there doing my graphic design club flyer thing, some guys that I was delivering boxes of flyers to were involved in some stuff. So I'm getting audited, and a friend of mine got audited too by the city. And we kind of did the same thing, like as far as, you know, being in that space. And we knew what it was eventually because a bunch of guys that we've been working with got locked up. We didn't get locked up, but they're trying to see what's going on. And I remember calling the city and I'm asking about the audit. And then the lady on the phone was like, so what exactly are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Meaning, okay, we see you going to this place with a box and we see you going over there with a box. What are you delivering in the boxes? See, they're trying to get you on little stuff like that, trying to get you on some legal stuff to try and probe. And okay, we might have something on you, but we're not quite sure. We'll find something to pin on you, and we'll make you cooperate that way. That's what it was for me. In his case, it could be something similar, but obviously a lot more serious than what I was dealing with, which was a bit nothing burger.
And they're going to try that one next. So
well, what sort of legal strategies are they coming at you with?
I've started getting legal letters now for strange things, revisions of tax returns, which is fine. I'm completely legit there. Speeding bullshit, driving license infringements, car tax thing, like stupid, tiny, dumb shit. It's all starting to come through at once. Someone has looked at me or is looking at me in multiple countries and just trying to find anything they can nitpick at to send me a letter for, to get me in trouble for. And it's a message. It's a warning. It's a warning that everyone is guilty if we want them to be guilty.
Very well said. Shout out to Andrew Tate and Richard Cooper for this particular interview. I think that's pretty much it right there. There's some documents. I'm not quite sure if they're true, if they're legitimate or illegitimate, but they're talking about there was 4 women in this house, maybe being held there against their will. I'm not really sure. But I saw a tattoo of one of the girls that said Tate. Not sure if this is a real tattoo. Not sure. Like I said, this is just all coming out. He's just been arrested. But the original probe earlier this year didn't yield anything as far as I know. But these are the allegations. Now, this could be because he's a big influencer now. He's very popular, or it could be legitimate. I don't really know. All I do know is what I told you. I think that there could be a concerted effort to get him out of the way because he's too influential. They tried to do the whole canceling thing. That didn't work. He's still out there, maybe even more popular as ever. So now it's like, okay, let's get him locked up. Or it could be legitimate. But as I close, I'm going to say this. If the whole thing about human trafficking was or is legitimate, why didn't he get locked up the first time they looked into him earlier this year? Why are they going back? There are a bunch of unanswered questions, but I think we can all maybe agree that this is probably sparked by his big time popularity. Because how long has he been rich? How long has he been doing what he's been doing? Why is it all of a sudden now they're trying to get him hemmed up with some legal problems? Food for thought, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with Andrew Tate? Do you think that he is guilty of the crimes he's been accused of? Do you think this is a way to try to get him out of the way, try to get him silenced so he can't be an influence anymore on the young men out there in the world? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. I think there is an element of trying to get him because of his influence. A lot of stuff he talks about women and relationships. It could be kind of seen as misogynistic and all kind of obes in this. Maybe they don't want that out there. And we've seen this happen before, though. We see it happening right now with Trump. You may love or hate Trump, but you got to kind of recognize that all this legal action for years and years and years that has yielded nothing is a way to try and punish somebody for their political differences. It's a way to try to silence them because what they say goes against the grain. We saw it with Trump, Brett Kavanaugh. The list goes on. We know what's happening here. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.